Okay, so here I have all of my materials ready. I cut out all my presentation drawings and organized them in a way, elevations, sections, some photographs, as well as perspective and site plan, as well as floor plan and some other diagrams here. Okay, so like I said, the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that we have here represents our 36 by 48 board. So what we're going to do is to try to line things up so that we can kind of plan out our presentation board. Okay, so we have, like, let's say the floor plan. Floor plan, what's one of the important things? We have diagrams, right? Because diagrams comes first usually in everything. We have floor plan, of course, right after diagrams. You might have a site plan. Site plan, I know that this is north facing this way, so this right here must be project north this way, right? So this one kind of matches that. So what we like to do is try to get it as close as possible, but sometimes if we can't, we will rotate the plans. So the site plan, it should face to its north. The site should face north. So if your plan is like this, your plan, although the plan is skewed, your site is facing north. There are times when you do change this up like that, but generally we try to keep on a site plan north is north, and try to match the floor plan as well. If we have to change it, we'll change it later. Okay, so the first, I've already began trying to lay this thing out. Perhaps since I have them all laid out like this anyway, let's just put them like so. So I have, let's say this is a north elevation. I did mark everything up so I don't get lost in what it is. I'm going to try to line all of the walls up so that at least this edge looks fairly straight. Okay, that's one option. And then perhaps I could take this and probably lower it so that I could probably put my title and stuff over here. Since I do have room for a perspective, maybe I'll put this even lower still and get these somewhere there. Maybe I have enough room for a photo or something that might match there. Okay, and then with this I should be able to label it up. Let's see, I'm not sure. Perhaps I should take this thing and maybe center the drawings so that everything is aligned to the center, and then I could put my title and stuff up here, or to, like I had it, try to get one end of the wall all lined up so it lines up at a datum line and it makes a clean margin. Okay, so these are my diagrams here. That's the cut and fill, that's the enclosure, that must be the program thing, and then this must be the structure. In hindsight, I probably would have printed this out a little bit smaller so it will match the size. I know that these program size and such matches, so that's probably, it was all the same size, but diagrams do not need to be scaled, so I think it's a decision that you'll have to make, either to make all of the diagrams of the same scale or try to make them so that it all fits onto a certain size sheet. Okay, so let's just say this is one layout. I probably might get this thing so that yeah, let's try that. Extend that out like so. And then I should be able to put the title on it, Hillside Gallery. such, and might have subtitles here like my name, and then maybe the class name, what semester it is. Of course, all of these do need all its markings, such as diagrams, what that is, what that is, what that is, and what those are. Site plan, it should have a north arrow to a site plan. So that's a north arrow. And then photographs, you probably don't need to label it because we know a photograph is a photograph. This one, we'll try to see what fits better, if it fits better this way or this way. And I think it fits better with a Project North. So the Project North has a north arrow this side, and then maybe a title, floor plan, or something. And then all of these, elevation, north elevation, east elevation, south elevation, so on, so on, so on, so that I could get all that labeled up. So that's probably going to be one of my layout that I planned out. So with that, I could go ahead and take a photo of it. And so I'll use my, let's see, notes. New notes, and then scan document. So, right, something like that, I guess. Drag the corners. This is a little difficult. Try it again. Okay. Okay, so there is my sheet right there. And I will save this, keep this in my file so that I could upload it later. Okay. So when I am done with that, I should be able to create another layout. So this is fine for what it is, and I could redo this thing, reorganize this thing so that I could try to do another layout. Since I already drew on this one, maybe I'll have to get another sheet of paper. Okay, and for this one, perhaps we'll do it a little bit differently, where I have a sheet of paper, and maybe I'll put the sections all on the bottom side, and then try to line up some of these other drawings. The long elevation probably should go with the long elevation, and then something like that maybe, so that it starts to go north, east, south, and so on. Okay, and then this way I could try to line up my elevations with my floor plan. Okay, so that seems to line that up fairly well. Okay, and then I could take my site plan somewhere, and then perhaps put all of the diagrams all on a all in a column or something, right? And then perhaps put my perspective there, then maybe pictures there. Maybe I'll have a different picture. Maybe it should be something like this. Generally try not to do a photograph and a picture that's of the same thing. So yeah, so maybe in this case I will use a large photograph at the corner, and then I might put this somewhere there. That could be another layout. Or if I shrink this up a little bit more, maybe that could be used as something. If I shrink this up, that'll take up less of the corner there, right? And that could be a layout. Okay, for now, let's keep it as this, because that's one of the examples that's shown. And maybe it's a different photograph. Okay. Or I guess I could use these two photographs here. That's another thing. Okay, and then that way I should be able to even take this guy, and I might extend this line if I wanted to, or try to put the title on this side. Name and other labels, and label all this up, and that could be another layout. And I could just take another photo of this thing right here. And then do the same. Okay. So with that, I should have a few different layouts cartooned. And that is what we're looking for this project. To basically cut out these sheets so that you can quickly arrange them. Because I know if we try to do this in Illustrator, or if we try to do it in AutoCAD and such, you're going to have such a hard time, or what I'm saying is that you're going to have such a it's time consuming to try to move all of those stuff in the computer. You think you might be saving some times by just getting all the images where it's supposed to go, but I think to plan things out and then to actually complete the project by drawing it out or organizing it in that way, it would be much easier if you just try to do it by hand like this. So what I'm asking is that you go ahead and do this well, we're going to do this project first, and then you are going to apply this way to this method to your project when you lay out your project. All right.